Hi, I'm Tom from Dignity Lifts. I'm going to show you how to install the BL1. That's our basic lift. You're going to need three things: a pair of pliers, this wrench, and this 6mm Allen wrench. That's it. Other helpful tip: if you have some bathroom wipes, bathroom cleaner, or rubber gloves, it makes the job a little more pleasant. Let's go. We're going to remove the toilet seat. The first step is to clean the area. You're going to be taking the bolts that hold the toilet seat on and off, so it can get a little sticky and gross. So I like to just use a wipe, clean the area so I'm not touching anything I don't want. Now, the right tool for this job, for this particular toilet seat, is just a pair of pliers. Simple ones are fine. Sometimes there'll be a slotted screw head at the top as well, so you have to hold the bolt while you use the pliers. But I'm just going to grab onto the nut at the bottom and loosen it up. There's one here. And it doesn't take much before it's hand tight. And I already loosened the other side, so I'm just going to take that one off too. So usually they're long bolts with lots of threads. And then this one. So you're basically getting the toilet seat off so the lift can be closer to the bowl, which is the way you're going to want it. All toilet seats are different, but there's only, my experience is there's only a couple of different types of toilet seats. So here you go. So put that aside. You might want to reinstall it at some point, but the toilet is now prepared for us and we're ready to can have a lift installed. Let's assemble the basic lift, the BL1. The first thing, and probably the trickiest part, it's not that tricky, but is the arms. Now the arms are gonna pivot. So we wanna make sure we get the right washers in the right place. So here I have installed what we call the post, which is what it will pivot on. Then you're gonna take one of the big flat washers and put it over that. Then you have the arm. Now there's two arms. They have a bushing in the center, so that's gonna go right here. Make sure the bushing goes over. And then you want to position it. This piece here is going to go between here and here. So like this. Like that. Not like this. Like this. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. One of the plastic pieces has a little shoulder on it. So that's going to go on next. And it will hold everything in place. Then the bolt will screw in to the post. And you'll use your Allen wrench, 6mm Allen wrench, tighten that down. And when it is tight, you'll have a nice arm that can pivot upward, and then we'll softly, because there's a rubber bumper under here, pivot down. That's how you install the arm. Let's install some of the wiring. You'll see here, there are three connector spots. One says HC, that stands for hand control, which is your hand control. So we'll plug that one in. Sorry, I'm upside down, so this way, right? The arrow should line up pointing to the HC. And this can be clipped. There's a little loop that you can clip it on either side. Now the other two are for the actuators, A1 and A2. Doesn't matter which one goes where, just plug them in. One's for the left side and one's for the right side. Your basic lift has two actuators so that it lifts nice and evenly and securely. Now, an important thing to keep your lift working reliably is this little retainer clip. So this clip will hold these wires in place forever. Without the clip, they could work their way out and then your lift might stop working. So we're going to put that in. It snaps in there. If you ever need to remove it, you just pull the tabs and it comes off. Can you see how I have that? I will call these like the little teeth. The little teeth are further away from the housing and they hold these plugs in so they can't be pulled out. So now we've got our hand controls and our actuators all wired up. We're going to install our toilet seat. Now this toilet seat is a little different than the one we took off the toilet. it has these posts. It has a very low profile design. You'll notice there's really no big nuts and bolts below. And that's important to get you low down to the toilet itself. Those two posts are going to go in here. And see this button? That's the release. So if you ever want to take the toilet seat off for easy cleaning, you can do that. So just goes on there and clicks in place. So there you go. Your lift is now assembled. We're going to put it on the toilet and adjust its height. The next step is to adjust the height of the lift. So I've positioned it over the toilet approximately, and I plugged it in. The basic lift plugs into the wall. Make sure you plug it into a GFI outlet so that if there's any short circuits or anything like that, you're protected. So to raise and lower the lift, there's up and down buttons. Right now I'm going to lower it all the way down. And my goal is to adjust the legs so that the bottom of the lift is just a ½ inch above the rim of the toilet. You want to get it as close as possible so there's no sort of spray out of it or any accidents. Right now, this lift is looking a little uneven, so I'm going to adjust the legs. So to adjust the legs, I'm going to loosen this lock nut, and then I'm going to spin the leg. You see how it's threaded, so it gets closer to here, which will lower it. To raise it, you would thread it the other way. When you get it in the position you think is good, tighten the lock nut down, and you should be good. To figure out where the lift should go, just look at the bowl opening and the bowl opening. They should line up, like that. The next thing you should do is make sure your lift doesn't wobble. Just like a table, 4 legs, especially in tile floors, one can be uneven. So if you've got a leg that is off the ground, just loosen it up, use your little wrench. Make sure you do the lock nuts. Make sure all lock nuts are down on all 4 legs, and you're ready to go. You got your lift in position, it's in the right height, and you can just hang the control right here where it's easier to get to, or if you want a little more secure place, there is a little loop right there. There's a loop on the other side as well. So there you go. That's the Dignity Lift's basic lift. A great toilet lift, fits in your bathroom, works with toilet heights from 16 to 18 inches, and it plugs in the wall. It has a lift capacity of 300 pounds, so it will lift pretty much anyone that needs it. So I'm Tom from Dignity Lifts. Our website is dignitylifts.com.